Thank you all for recommending a video where I get to see Felix's low range. As a fellow bass singer, it was very fun to hear him operate in that low register. And there's still more to explore with that, so leave recommendations. Enjoy this one. Heavy trap beat, fast snares, 808s, brass section. Very cool. Thoroughly enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoy my first time reaction and analysis to God's Menu by Stray Kids. And I'll see you after.
손님 어서 오십시오 이 가게는 참 메뉴가 고르기도 쉽죠 시켜도 감을 만족하지 지나가던 나그네 비둘기까지 까지 감아 비둘까지 쿠키와 소스의 맛대로 초록 음미하고 내게 말해봐 Taste so good 반응의 모델처럼 딱 모두 자극적인 거 I want it till 다 녹여 때까지 온갖 cross boundaries 경계 따윈 없어 마치 창조받은 그저 만들어.
This is so much coming at me so fast. Like, the music is a wall of sound, heavy drums, a very much trap feel, which is then tied in with these big brass section hits. That's like a big thing in trap, is like big 808 kicks, some brass hits, those the really fast hi-hats. We get the rapping going, but then in addition, like this part of the music video where they're just in the kitchen absolutely launching food around is so much. There's so much going on, which is often the case in K-pop music and K-pop videos, but this is particularly strong, particularly aggressive start.
손님 어서 오십시오 이 가게는 참 메뉴가 고르기도 쉽죠 시켜도 감을 만족하지 지나가던 나그네 비둘기까지
I mean, they literally have the band with the brass instruments. Also, shout out to the trombone. I played trombone for 4 years back in the day. I digress. Anyway, they actually have the brass instruments we're hearing on screen. Got a euphonium back there. Are these tubas? I can't tell. They're kind of far away. A euphonium's like a small tuba, basically. And, maybe it is a tuba. Kind of a cool audio filter on this second rapper's voice here, where it's a little bit like it's coming through a telephone, which typically means some of the low frequencies have been removed from the sound and some of the high frequencies as well. So the sound is kind of thin. No, so he's singing way up here. So he's all the way up, like kind of rapping on what is considered a high F for my voice type. Now, obviously, it's rap and it's speech focused, so there's not super intentional pitch. But the key, we're in F minor. I hit the wrong note. And so it would make sense to be kind of on that tonic, the F, the actual F in F minor while he's rapping or leaning towards there. But that's just a very high place to keep your voice. No, that's very much staying right on the F. So that is very clearly pitched on that high F. And this, our next rapper is kind of operating more around the middle C there, which is, as you know, basically the 5 chord of the F, right? The C minor chord. Or if you're staying, we're kind of just staying in F the whole time. So he's kind of just operating on the 5th. But it's funny how the first rapper was kind of right on that high F, and the second rapper not as tightly hanging on that middle C, but still pretty solidly on that middle C. No, we did. We went to the 5. Beep. So we have a crazy low sub bass all the way down to a C1, the lowest C on the piano. Very, very low sub bass happening. My boring studio headphones barely even pick it up, but it's there. As soon as the second rapper comes in, he starts singing on a C, and we get that C1 sub bass. Super low. Wow, total shift. Fire. Total departure going into this pre-chorus, total musical departure from what we've heard so far. Like everything strips back, all the big drums go away. It's much more melodic, much more kind of like music and chord driven. It's like super mellow instrument creating our chord progression here. We basically have a low bass operating very quietly underneath everything. We have an instrument like a mellowed E piano creating our chord structure, and then pretty much the rest is vocals. It's a lot of layered vocals that fills out the rest of the sound. Crazy good dancers. So no one's gone above the high F yet. Yeah, a lot of high Fs. I love this chord progression. Really, really nice. Build up. This just reminds me so much of like Rick Ross. You guys listen to Rick Ross ever? He has at least a handful of songs that are like this, especially when he's collaborated with producers. Like he's done a song with Skrillex called Purple Lamborghini. Great song. Go check it out. And it's like really heavy drums, trap beat, heavy subs with like these big brass hits in the background. Very, very Rick Ross vibes. High B flat there. I figured we were getting up above our high F with some harmonies. Yes, sir. We got someone sitting on a high A flat, and then they get up to the B flat there. Yo, wait a second. I was told to check this one out because we finally get some proper low range from Felix. And we do. Listen to that. I mean, he's just kind of like speaking. It's like very much speaking range. So he's cooking like a chef. I'm a 5-star Michelin. We probably have very similar vocal ranges actually. So he's actually on the low F, right? So our first rapper was 2 octaves higher. 2 octaves higher, rapping on that high F, the F4, and now we have Felix operating on low F and a little bit lower because it's not like he's just on that F. He's letting his voice drop off some too. Yeah, it's down around. It's like low D to low F, kind of where he's operating. Sick voice, sick.
처음 느꼈지 이런 감정 놀랄 거야 gonna shock 바로 감정 처음을 스웨터 싹 다 unlock 아이디어 break 머릿속을 털어 지루게 궁금하다면 우리 그대로 answer 그저 계속
It's really wild though. Like the main beat from these verses is just this Rick Ross in your face, heavy kicks, heavy 808s, crisp hi-hats, crisp, you know, like crisp trap snares, crisp chap snares, crisp chap snares. Say that 5 times fast. Super in your face. And then we kind of get to like breathe when this pre-chorus hits.
계속 만들어가 새롭게 Because we're one of a kind 누구도 따라할 수 없는 their own game 시작부터 다 우리 거
Just nice classics, more standard corporate. We almost get no chords in the verses, right? It's pretty much just hammering home the F, and then in the first rendition of it, then it hammered home the C, which is the 5 for a while. We actually get a proper kind of standard chord progression in this pre-chorus. They have some harmonies, but not the whole time. There's unison and then some harmonies come in on certain words. Just kidding. There are harmonies. They're just very quiet and in head voice and in the left and right ear. Let me see if I can flag them. Even there. So up to that A flat again. So we have harmonies this whole pre-chorus, which I didn't catch the first time. Okay, we get all the way up to tenor high C in a head voice, and the high harmonies here in the second half of this pre-chorus. There's our Felix. So Felix doesn't go super low in this section, but when you have a bass voice, everything has a warmer, darker color to it. So it still sounds kind of low because the color is darker, and typically you associate darker, warmer color with lower voice or lower sound. So pitch-wise, he's just going down to that C3. You could probably sing this one down here if he wanted to. I bet Felix could sing a low C. I'd love to hear it. But he's only going down to the C a full octave above that, yet it still sounds low because of his vocal timbre or vocal color, vocal quality. It's a very different voice from everyone else in the group, though. Like very clearly, just a very different voice type. That really high, like a couple octaves higher than I'm doing it. That's a classic. What I'm talking about, the Rick Ross heavy trap beat. Listen to that, like really high squealy metallic sound. That one. still on these high Fs. This rapper just da 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 da, just all the way up on high F the whole time. Crazy high. Crazy high to be sitting up there. Not high to sing a note that high. I can sing that high, but to just like stay up there with full diction, that's crazy. Crazy. Something still, I pointed out that high thing earlier. Typically, you'd have it more often. They just have it at the start of each kind of section, but you might have it like every couple measures from what I'm used to hearing. I'll demonstrate. That would be like standard. Also, it's a weird note. I love that. 1/2 step above our F to an F sharp, which is not on the chord anywhere unless you do like a Neapolitan or some secondary chord or borrowed chord. But it creates a crunch, right? But it's so high, it's not a crunch like if it's down there, you guys can hear that, it just sounds gross. But if it's like, you know, one note here and then it's a little eerie, but it's totally palatable. Okay, it's actually a full step above, so it's just our second. I kind of wish it was an F sharp. G makes it even more palatable. I think F sharp would be even a little edgier. Wild song. Oh, that's another song by them, right? Backdoor? That's another one I've been recommended. All right, this is great. Thank you guys for the recommendation. Really enjoyed finally hearing Felix do some bassy stuff, and I still think there's more to discover in his low voice. So more recommendations, please. You know how much I love the bass. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Hope you gained appreciation, and I'll see you guys in the next Stray Kids video. Peace.